The PL Show is brought to you by Kel Chaco, Kel 360, and Kel Kids Toothpaste. You're welcome to the PL Show. Yeah, Jumedian, so now Kaimo say Samara Company Limited and Etaichi, Amobre and Kel Toothpaste brands, Kel 360, Kel Kids, and Kel Chaco Toothpaste. It is a usual toothpaste ama we busi for nyina and the Samara for ho na abeko. Na yeka Samara for ho asem no, Samara for abaha ene, eni amobetwetwe nkomo. Nti ye mbo yensem, wo ofie na obo nsem. Ohun, ama Samara for Dennis Bachobra na yembo ho nkomo kakra. You watch you. I saw green so they a complimenting me there.
Sure, me that's fine. Also why is sweet for.
Na there na koso Samara.
Nyame adom Samara yengina ho ye be di kan achia wahwefo. Samara nyame adom regardless of say na nema mutie no yeguso ye koyanim ya.
Ye dey ready ase. Na tenase na yembo nkomo
because
nema bebre wo ha wo say ye ka.
Sure.
Michelle say, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Chaco Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Chaco Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi. Kel Chaco Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back to the Kel Toothpaste PL Show. Samara, was in your toothpaste and kwana mo ye de bagana ho ana.
Yeah, no quarry. Samara Company Limited ye Ghana Jumeko bi a senya wonim no ye wo into existence a che be fie be aduasa atwam na nye Kel Toothpaste pe na ye. In fact, yes, ye fiase as a pharmaceutical distribution firm na edinyi bedu mpempenso a ye dui. Se wahwefo na wangasa be kaya Saso insecticide spray mosquitoes efi Samara ye product ba ko no eno no e lemon scent na gese na duhwa na wo mu no ye anka tware let me say and I sign who say no ye final consumers and as users no omo wo options onya ya anka and o use lemon or chamber be use fragrance for let me say into the Roma insecticide spray mosquito coil so by Edwama so and only a rose scented I can say flower rose and so you so eja odemu hwa kama
I see but sisi anso de Kel for na ye ne amudi djuma na wa hapa nti ne yanka Kel so ho asem
Kel toothpaste ye Kel apostle hwi ye kan apostle toothpaste
oh sir ene ne mesua bibi
yeah Kel toothpaste ne ye mu ahodo miensa ne enti asamara ye na ahodo miensa ne ye pese ye satisfy and as ye share ye various segments ni nyina ahodo miensa no ye wode ye di bidie aye Kel Chaco Toothpaste aye di bidie na aye activated charcoal ye nyina anim enuanu no e wo bidie mu se enkan tentena na impo ene no se won kwan ana waduan bi bese na de bidie kakra to mu a ense it be preserving because of some properties na wo bidie mu enu ene ye de Kel Chaco Toothpaste
ene obi baka se ne me obidie mu o mi fie mi amekwa kotwi bi adenti na e wo se obeto we mu
no kwai wo bidie wo fie ampa enso we no ye de nduro kama kan wa esan ma no ye dwumadi a pese afa so ene nipa he na wo bre se wo ko fa bidie akotwa bode etidi akotwi wo se obedu adwuma mu kwa na ngese wo dwuma mapo Samara se pese abrabo ne ye easy ma o nti e de ahye ade mu kama onya yina umia kakra to o toothbrush super na ngese we
why na betimi use charcoal no
charcoal no fi nsia e de ko onana kra ho na wanya 100 na ne sem ho kwa
obetimi use okay na nya hye de
dabi e consumer friendly kese wo di choose ya e ma reactions and say irritations bia we use Kel Chaco toothpaste na ya person e di bidia na power so white was saying boni beka
Any
fita na fe so esan reduce dental plaques so we di na keka wo so ana obi onum tobacco obi onum coffee bebre na ne ma keka na senso no bidie properties na wo mniti ema eyi sane ma na reducing na gradually na clear ning na off afen so ye de no ya portion Kel charcoal toothpaste no esa ye fresh mint ye the fresh mint bamboo fragrance na ashim nti eno so no ema wonumu ete esama of fresh breath o kasa obi ho a kese 24/7 wonumu da ho
udi choose dia
na kese
inka bi
anywhere num ema wonumu ete kama na afi so asambo wo sie chi hunam no ho ban it gives you healthy gums
na ne bo onye den dia etimi di juma we nyina no
ne bo onye den ne bo ne da fom boko wo hwe a premium brand but ya get price na ne bo no se na be ya obi a betimi atobi Kel 360 no ni nua any Kel charcoal toothpaste.
Okay.
Boni beka say omo ye similar but not same. Kel charcoal ni e bi deactivated charcoal ni e dey na Kel 360 ni ye the poho cool mint na aye. Into difference ni we activated charcoal na we ye poho cool mint. Kel 360 no so we use so so a brighten wo se ne so. Na afi so esa anti cavity. Like I say a ball se chi no wo se no nam ban free kaka ne enema na afi so sa ball se chi ho nam ne ban it's gum protection.
Okay.
Na cool mint na mpo no so ene ntem ma we no mute enka bi ani ho ohome a okasa na obi home kra temu se
na enti eno so hwan na betimi e use
eno so ene Kel charcoal ni nyina fimfie nsia e de ko utimi use
okay matter na eno so ne bo na te sen
ni nyina ne bo ne da form boko
okay
Kel 360 no wo form kakra chen Kel charcoal but ni nyina da form obi a betimi
adenti na we bo wo fem kakra sne we
we no unse additional properties activated charcoal no we no ye normal apostle fita ya yenim no but we ni nema foforo bi aka ho
na yen kan kola yi de ne se de bia meka se me ma no kra use
de ema Samara ye de mofra de ba Samara edwumako bi ade bia hwehwe ohawa e wo man ni mu na ya pe anosibre iti ehun se ye mofra bebre na wo mo mpa mo si tuturi menye so mo mpa mo si tuturi na we but akoy se apostle ye use mom na ye mpenifo de ene ye use mom mofra na nti aya na emmoa omo bi wa na mom irritations ne reactions bi o mbenya ni nti no ohun se wa fa brush ni paste ni pe na wadwane but Samara say then yenye ma ye mofa no situtwere be ya akona mo na se da bi one yemfa flavor bi ensom na fa yema enuanero na wo mu so emra from ebe fa ye mofra no emfie no nti eno ye for emfie mienu de ko emfie insia that time na fe na kese omo se no efefe bebre nti eno no strawberry na wo mu nti no ade a che no kra na wo pese otwitwe ne se no nya wona be kan ono angasa ba kopre no ho e de aba eno so no om de twa mo se na esa bom mo se chi honam no ho ban esa so anti cavity esa so mo fresh breath eno so mo yin kan bi o mani na om ne om afo esua de wo school a om timi express mo sua de
na ebe ma mo confidence
yes it boost mo confidence level mo
said you ka say doko kakra we na kola bi o ta mene a ebetimi ama no ho nsunsun so bi ana say
e ma ne ho nsunsun so let me put it out there but e mo so yen advice say omo be mene because the time men can say man ho nsunsun so ne ye nnuane no na e aye no e wo fom enti say penifo de na mo so ye betufu say mamu
enye tofe enye duane ya ken ya yo bi de enti opeso kotobi onko hifa nkoto
Samara ye products no pe bi ato em say Ghana fa na he nyina na ye shop bi aton ye nema na ye ne say final consumer no ho hia ye nti ye the products no ye the ben nti ni aye ne say region bia no ye wo area offices nti say wokoti say akra oba akra ha ya wo ya cheche mu ntumiensa sebe ya ebetimi ahwe yen customers ni consumers no ya wo office ba ko ehwe Accra West na ya wo Accra Central so etim so mo hwe half of Accra na san so wo voter office and also your station in Accra but so mo hwe voter oti sa regions of that part of Ghana afen so ko Ashanti memo a asafon so your office wo hɔ no so hwɛ the entire Ashanti region any customers wo mu nyina wo frokɔ wanim kakra ye bron ne ahafoma mu so a ye wo Bunu East so ye wo your office wo Techiman and so hwɛ Bunu East ne ahafo na frokɔ so Tamale so a northern part of Ghana ye wo office wo Tamale I know so if area ne din the target so mo hwɛ Tamale like northern region, upper east, upper west, Savannah now wo saneba as it will feel western part of the country now. Western and central, so your office. And your station office no Takradi.
As a Ghana have baby.
Send a me can I say oh ya chelino. Ghana have baby.
Much line that
Ghana have baby. Into shop bia obenye bi ye money bi ato. Pharmacies, mats,
corner
filling stations, corner shops.
Kiosk ne
wo. Man e to ade wo pampamu no kra. Pampamu store kra mo ton yem products ni bi. Na say open do so po to your number is 0246 864 79.
Recently moye dental screening.
Yes.
As a way to give back to
the community.
Exactly. Can
say yenya sa boss body na sama say woni ya empem bi na yempese yen kwan be fa no nyam sha na say ndije na say benefits e wo yen business ho. Inti as part of your corporate social responsibilities no March 20th na ye World Oral Health Day. Inti ye say okay I didn't na yenye bibi mfa the general public. Inti 20th March na nkasa na ye day no World Oral Health Day no ye ne one dental facility wa East Legon dental signature ye ne call into partnership and ye ma free dental screening our dental facility no omo premises to the general public omo te ho omo mutwem wo kam and it was believe me it was great yam fancy ho ni fieda no within the same na that was 24th of March. And also, any one school, East Legon, we wanted to get close to the students, the staff. Now, almost any almost share in our joy. Whilst we also give back to them in the form of say, a screening for free. Now, some more lecture. School needing the Keminni Clare International School, our American House East Legon. Now, at the change 25th, no so March now. No, yes, no, you fancy why. You see a ben, your mammy, no me and you, no more wood jar so near the entire depot kanshi. I know so near call free dental screening. Our banner show saying near show, ebia, or how honey I recommended the Osawa, and reaching cry and fans so ha, obi or baby bianos, ye more opportunity so be and lucky deep. Into the obey we need biano, ebi munya products, ebi munya t-shirts, souvenirs. Into Samara there, guess all the now, guess all the accept.
Tell us some of the challenges you face and the assurance you're giving the public that you always be there to provide this for them.
The Ghanaian market, sometimes accepting new brands fantinimeka multi inti at our initial stages no nyama na de buy no say no muso mu no ye no kra muso mu na bro ye nti ase so nti we kra beka say o ene afemi nya nema no se se ayebu compost akoyechi atena se atoto ye nema ye nti they should be rest assured say ye nema ne de en short anytime bi o mpe bibia o mbenya
amonsa beka na wo bibia opesa wo ka general public na ahwefo ne bia omo use kel dada omo be come across ye show ye dey na opesa wo ka chere about more products
yeah me na say omo use kel dada ne dey me nka be because obi o use kel no onjan ko use dada na omo use kel no so me show nkra na say me to onfo say won try kel charcoal toothpaste and kel 360 and now ma mofra kel kits and I say who lose out to Ronibeka. Try, never do one dance here.
The PL show is brought to you by the Kel toothpaste brands, and right now I want to tell you about Kel Kids. Kel Kids toothpaste is strawberry flavored, and it will not only be easy on your children, but it will also help them fight cavity. It will give them fresh breath. It's a product from Samara Company Limited, and it is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. You can always trust the quality. Then it's about the then Ebreme.
Oh
yeah, sure. Me dia baha.
Wow.
Me pesa me de mao. The PL show wants to say thank you. The Samara Company Limited has been nothing short of phenomenal. Yanimwa ena yashasi and you're still here with us. And ye pesa ye kache mo say ye damasipa. We value you. Intine ye mao. You're our first guest to get our branded shirts. Yashada. You make a statement. Now who say you're the first, the Samara Company Limited is the first to receive the PL show branded shirt. Yeah, ma biya bida. Because mo your favorite sponsors na ye pese mu who say ye domo pa ye mo ye ni ye niso. Monkoswa na munye. Why? Say your fedie. It's all love from the PL show. That was so bye. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And
you're welcome.
Thank you so much for
You're
coming.
welcome.
And for those of you watching us, we hope that you've learned a lot about Samara Company Limited, particularly their Kel toothpaste brand. Senya, yen famba. Debiano mekase mimi fie, me use Kel charcoal and a Kel kits because me money pe Kel kits, me so me pe Kel charcoal. Inti se opese unya bibima we busia, I be boamodia. I have brought you what I use because it's good for my family and I want to share with you. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit's toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger. Chicky, chicky, whiter. Chicky, chicky, stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kits. Happy smile.
Welcome back from that break. Next here is the founder of Purple Trends. Joyce, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to us about Purple Trends. What is Purple Trends?
Purple Trends, it's a fashion brand which was birthed out of curiosity as far back as 2012.
Curiosity?
Yes.
What was that curiosity?
There was this time we had a visitor at home and I was surprised. You know, we all knew that chalewate, it's either you're wearing it to the market or some usual walkabout or bathroom. Then you see somebody come to your house wearing chalewate with beads on it and it was beautiful. So I said, okay, let me give my hands a try on this and see how it will turn out. Over the time, the business has evolved from making beaded chalewate into making millinery pieces and even beautiful unisex clothing like what I'm wearing this.
Oh, you should have brought me one.
Don't worry, I'll hook you up.
I see. How has the journey been for you so far?
It's been interesting. It's been heartbreaking along the line. I have networked. I have grown. I have learned to work with people, to live with people, and also how to serve customers along the way.
What were or are some of the heartbreaking challenges that you talk about?
Imagine starting a business from a tabletop at home, and by God's grace, by your hard work, you've been able to now put together 2 container shops. One was serving as a workshop, the other one as a showroom. And somebody calls you about 5:30 a.m. to tell you your shops have been demolished. For a moment, I thought it was a joke. It was when I even got to the scene that I realized that I went there with different pairs of slippers. I got there, I couldn't stand. I had to sit on the floor. Everything like I had worked for from the period of 2012 to 2019 had gone down the drain.
Just like that?
Everything, like machines, raw materials, finished products, everything. Like,
how did you come out of that?
let's say I've not fully recovered, but about 60–70% recovery has been done. I'm one person who hardly gives up. And once I make up my mind to do something, I make sure I put certain systems in place. And sometimes those systems are not even tested, but on my own accord. So I had a policy. After every sale, you know, I divide the money into 4. This amount goes there, but there was one particular account. This one, like, you don't touch it unless it's super critical. So after the demolition and everything, I had to go back to that account. It wasn't that much, but it was able to help me restart. So restarting, I didn't even invest that money into buying raw materials. I had to adopt a strategy.
What was that strategy?
If you need a dress or you want to order a fascinator, you need to make payment.
Right.
So out of the money you pay, I buy the raw materials and I produce.
Didn't you lose customers because of that?
Funny enough, I didn't mention it to anyone until the lockdown period, which was almost after a year.
What led to the demolition?
Honestly, I don't really have a clear idea. I say that because where we were was a place where we were told nobody can dig to, do any construction work, because that was where the Ghana Water Company, their bigger valves or pipes, were buried under the ground. However, a portion of that land, which was not where our shops were, was owned by a carpenter who decided to sell that portion of land to a Lebanese. So he wanted to build, and he said that our shops were an obstruction to his shop.
So without notice, they cleared you?
2:30 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
It must have been a really difficult time.
Very
for you.
difficult.
Sorry to hear. But here you are.
Yeah.
Talking about purple trends, not in the past, but in the present.
Yeah.
But you always haven't been a fashion industry player. You're a communicator by profession.
Yes.
You studied mass comm.
Yes.
So then you decided to transition because you saw Chaliwati just like that?
No. So while doing the Chalewate, the beading and all of that, I was still in the corporate space.
Okay.
I decided to do this whole entrepreneur thing full-time on the 1st of March 2016, which was actually on my birthday. And I haven't regretted in any way. And it wasn't also to do this full-time for the rest of my life. I wanted to establish it to a point where I know I have people working and I could go back to my corporate career.
And when you say people working,
Like a
between
team.
then and now, how many people do you have working for you?
Right now I have about 5 people,
Okay.
minus myself.
Okay, back then, did you have as many people?
Back then I had almost about 10, including part-time workers.
Okay.
Back then, before it happened, and then before COVID also came in play, there were lots of runway shows that I was involved with, a lot of exhibitions.
Okay.
So if you have a lot of shows to attend or a lot of grounds to go and sell, it meant that I needed more stuff to go and sell. And you can't always rely on your in-house team. There are times you need to have people outside who are also producing, just in case you're not able to meet the demand on the ground.
Okay. Let's talk a bit more about, the kind of things you produce. I see what you're wearing, beautifully designed.
Thank you.
What else do you produce?
I produce beaded jewelry, that's necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and I also produce unisex clothing like dresses. Now we have our popular denim collection that is denim and Ankara combined, that is fast selling. Yeah.
Sounds fascinating.
Yes, and then also we make fascinators and hats.
Did I remind you of that?
In fact, you drew me to it.
I see.
Yeah.
And we've seen your brands with bigger brands. How did you get those contracts or connections?
Social currency, networking, who you know, and then also, we live in a society where sometimes people think that but it's good, especially if you're an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I remember my first project was on MTN Hitmaker season 3, and then I did season 4, where Kidi and Famia were.
Oh, I see.
Then,
did you style any of
Yes.
them? Oh, which one of them did you style?
Both Kidi, Famia. I was the only accessory sponsor.
Oh, right. It's not only MTN Hitmaker you
No.
worked with.
So I worked also on Miss Ghana 2015. I worked on Miss Malika from 2016 to 2019.
Okay.
And then I did something really short on Ghana's Most Beautiful. But then for I think about 2 to 3 years now, I've been on break on
working with
sponsoring.
the brands?
Yes.
Why?
A business decision.
Okay.
Sometimes you need to take a pause, reassess, and then know how to refocus.
I see. Away from your business, what would you say makes Joyce Joyce?
Joyce doesn't give up. Joyce believes in herself. Joyce believes that even if everything has gone the other way against her, she can still be Joyce. And I'm one person who doesn't take gratitude for granted, whether to God or to human beings. Talking about these beauty pageants and these shows I've had to be a part of, it's all come as a result of people I know or people I met along the way. Some were colleagues at work. I one time worked on the 2014 Brazil World Cup committee. So my connection to MT and Hitmaker was a colleague from the office. And I never take it for granted. I've had lecturers who along the way saw a potential in Joyce.
Lecturers from
GIJ.
Okay.
And decided to stand up and help me in ways they could nurture me. And I've never taken it for granted anywhere. And even family and friends who have been there to support, I've never taken them for granted. I believe that if you are climbing the ladder, there will be people there to watch your back, probably to even push you. You should make sure that you do not look down on these people when you get to the top, because when you trip to fall, you meet them down there.
Indeed, you will. Now, just a bit more about Purple Trends. The name is really interesting, isn't it? How did you come by Purple Trends?
Oh, I attended the famous Infantsman Girls' School.
Okay.
So purple is, the most beautiful color. Yes, and I remember at the time when I had to choose the name, I was to choose between Purple Trends and Purple Impressions. Okay. And I remember I did a few things for Becca, the musician. Okay. So at the time, I sent the two names to her, to Nashoko, and then one other friend, and two came out with Purple Trends. So I decided to focus on Purple Trends.
Purple Trends,
yes.
Fantastic name. You started by making accessories. Now you make clothes. Do you sew yourself? How did you learn the art of it?
Funny enough, I haven't learned it. In fact, this year, I really want to learn it professionally. Okay. And I mean, notwithstanding, I'm still able to make some pieces. Okay. I do not know how, but most of the times, I like to, sketch, put it on some brown paper or sometimes on a lining, cut it out to see if I get it right. And then now, sewing, it's difficult.
So what would you say is your role in your company as, founder of Purple Trends?
The company, it's a sole proprietorship or a sole proprietor. And financing basically is from me.
From you.
Most of the creative ideas comes from me, though we discuss as a team. Most of the times I come up, how about this? Then we discuss, okay, let's do this, let's do that. And then with my communication background, 95% of the communication is done by me.
Okay, it's come to play, right?
Yes.
It hasn't gone wasted.
Not at all.
I'm sure your parents will be proud of you.
Very proud of me. Super proud.
I see. Yeah. Now let's look at some of the pieces that you have directed and have sewn for, Purple Trends.
Yeah.
Joyce Owusu is an ambitious, young, thriving lady. Having worked in the corporate space for 4 years, Joyce decided to work full-time on her fashion business, which was birthed out of curiosity and passion. She is the CEO and founder of Purple Trends Couture, a multi-award-winning fashion brand based here in Ghana. She designs and manufactures exquisite, elegant, unique, and African-inspired unisex fashion accessories and clothing. Since 2014, her fashion brand has partnered with prestigious events such as the MTN Hitmaker Seasons 3 and 4 and Miss Ghana Beauty Pageant in 2015.
You really do have beautiful things. Those pictures speak for themselves.
Thank you.
The beading, the necklace beading, do you have names for them?
Yes. Usually I name them after my models or the first person that makes the first purchase of that design.
When are you naming something after the PL show?
Very soon.
I see.
And maybe one after Keminni. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But you should start the PL show. When are you planning to do that?
As soon as you give me the green light.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
My boss is listening. Did you hear? Okay, all right, cool. Now, I have to say that you really have impressive stuff. But our conversation is not done because I think that for a lot of young people out there, the question is, okay, I'm going to school, can I do something else? Or I'm going to school studying A, can I end up doing B? What would be your advice to young people watching you right now?
First of all, people need to be open-minded. People also need to think about diversifying. Then again, you also need to think about multiple streams of income. If I told you back in 2010 or 2011 or 12, before I started, that I would be doing this today, I would have been a liar.
Right.
Growing up, I had this perception that those who did this craft work were, sorry to say, those who were not so smart in school. But then, I'm not boasting. I'm smart. I'm not bad at all. But I'm here doing this. So we shouldn't just be thinking about white-collar jobs. At the end of the day, how much are you even making from that?
Right.
At the end of the day, what impact are you making also with what you do? What I'm doing today gives me so much room to impact people. I have periods where I do training, free training for commercial sex workers.
Okay.
And I've had people who have undergone my training and are now responsible young women.
They have stopped
Yes.
the sex work.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
I have some porters or kayayes
You
who...
are trained for free.
Yes. So ask yourself what you want to do in the future, whatever you're studying in school. How much of an impact can you make with that?
That's a really
Is it just
important
about you?
question.
Yeah.
It's a really important question.
Yes.
But I want to talk about the fashion industry and how, the ready-to-wear market now has expanded. How are you able to brace competition as you have restarted your business also? So how
Yeah.
are you able to brace competition?
There is something I studied, which I know is familiar to a lot of people. There is something called market research. You need to know your market, the part of the market you want to focus on, and you need to know what will sell to them or what will appeal to them. With the denim collection you saw, I made one earlier last year, and that particular design sold, but not so well. The particular one you saw now, I made it just last week for an event.
And it sold out?
It's sold out. As we speak, we are producing. So if I had known that this particular one would sell better than that one, between August last year and now, I'm sure I'd have made a lot of money.
Made a lot of sales on that.
Yes. And then also, I've also realized that sometimes you will land your biggest deal accidentally. Because at the moment, I didn't get the fabric we used for the previous collection. So I used this one, and this one rather, it's selling.
I see. The Kel Toothpaste PL show is brought to you by the Kel Toothpaste brand. Let's talk about Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You remember not too long ago, we used parts of the plantain tree and blended charcoal because of the benefits we got from that. Now you can get the essence of the charcoal and the plantain in the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. The natural absorptive property of charcoal also helps to remove the bacteria that produces bad breath in your mouth, and as a result of that, you have fresh breath throughout the day. And it's also approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Constant use of Kel Charcoal Toothpaste will give you a good fresh breath, whiter teeth, reducing cavity, and it will give you a stronger gum. So go grab yourself Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Happy Smile. Still with me here is Joyce, and Joyce is the founder of Purple Trends Couture, GH. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 3 years?
In the
2
next
years?
5 years, there's going to be the Purple Trends Skill Center,
Okay.
where we are going to teach young women and young men, and even older women who are willing to learn a skill, how to make most of the things that we do at Purple Trends. We've been training people, but it's not in a structured system as a school. So hopefully in the next 5 years, we will be working towards to having that system in place.
And we wish you the very best here on the PL
Thank
show.
you.
And we hope to talk again here on the show about the successful story of Purple Trends Skill, what's the name of the school
Center.
again? Skills Center.
Yes.
And also the show. But before you go, we've got a present for you. This wonderful box of Kale toothpaste products. And then we also have Sasso in the back.
Okay.
Sasso is also a sister product from Samara group of companies. And please use our toothpaste. Have you heard about Kale?
In fact, I've seen a lot of commercials on it.
Now
but
you can use it.
Yes, I'm here to testify.
Use it. Nedi hu adanse.
Mate.
Yeah, that's bebre. And nam se wa ba show ni
Thank you.
suntino. Yeah, they are more.
Thank you very much.
Only we busiafo.
Uh-huh.
And ne onam for.
Uh-huh.
Munko use.
Bakobia 10 cities.
Enjoy, and thank you so
you.
much for coming, Joyce.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming.
Mbachambesa minda ejumeko na se. Mini so mensa som. Ebe som ye so ache. Nti medamase bebre.
Yes, yeah, that was say wo buy Samara for Nickel for so say wo moda was. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And the Joyce chemitri ne yan fan kofie.
Ebusiafo yede dwumadi ni nyina aba na ewie ye. Yeda mo ase samoje ebre na moje adaje na mode hwe yen. Dasene munsanje bre na munhwe yen.
Well, not papa. But also remember that the Kel Toothpaste PL show is brought to you by the Kel Toothpaste brand, Kel Kits, Kel Charcoal, and Kel 360. Kel Happy Smile. My makeup is by the African American Beauty Academy and Spa. We'll see you same time next week. As she said, everything she said. That's it. Bye bye.